what I thought was interesting with you and me is your son talks about you and how you coach. And I just thought it was very similar to my approach on coaching. We go back to the basics. And with Heath Evans is the same thing when he coaches people athletically. It's back to the basics, which is very boring for people.
Yeah, but it's your foundation of what makes you. Like you can't, like we don't come out and just start running. Like we don't, like I'm born and then start running. Everything's a foundation to get to where you want. Like I think, Phil, your foundation and where you want to get to is only prohibited, is that the prohibited or put in a halt position because of you. Like you have the potential to be and do whatever it is you want. But sometimes people, it's too much. It's too hard to work. I don't have time. I don't really want to put that much effort in it, but I want to look like you. Well, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Well, that's not going to happen. Like that's the question. So
it's instant results. They want to finish the race before they even start. Before they even put their name in the hat to join the race, they want to finish the race and look like Mike or wrestle like you.
So I'll get a lot of this. Hey, I saw what you were doing. I don't want to do this part. I just want to do the end. I just want to do the end 4 weeks of your diet where you got real sliced. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do this whole beginning part. I don't got time for that. I want to get to here.
Yeah.
And I know that you get the same thing. So just so you guys understand, you are coaching and teaching these kids now and teaching them to be Hall of Famers, wrestlers, and
stars.
The stars.
Like TV stars.
TV stars. And
there's
a huge difference between what you guys think is easy in wrestling. And when I went to, where did I go? WCW. What was that called? What was the location?
The Monster Factory in Atlanta. Yeah.
Great athletes. Guys, great athletes. These guys were monsters, bigger than me, doing back tucks and stuff. Just great athletes. And it's not just, hey, get in the ring, put on some spandex shorts, and you're a wrestler. There's so much more to it. And I would be ignorant to think, hey, Billy, make me a wrestler. But I just want the last 4 weeks of it, and then get me on TV and let me go.
Yeah, just teach me how to do flips and dives. I don't want to,
everything else.
Yeah, I don't want to know the basics. I don't want to know how to do rolls so it protects me in case I'm in there with somebody that's not very good that dumps me on my head and I never walk again.
So how can we take yours and my method? And we got you here, which is the voice of the youth, and we got Jeffrey behind the camera, will be the same way. Is I get a lot of questions that you could, metaphorically, the same thing. The metaphor is the basic question where I just look at them and go, okay, if that's your question, you're completely lost. And so I got a question the other day, and I said, basically, when I was doing curls, hey, what's the rep range you're going for? Well, I'm not going to be one of these guys that tries to get 10 million followers and try to make tons of money off of personal training. I'm trying to give you something to get a real goal. Because if I can get a couple people real goals, those people will get other people. And then it catches on. But if I keep putting out information that's just bullshit.
Yeah, but then it takes, like we have too much passion and too much drive for what we do to give you that.
So what was the answer?
So my answer basically was, hey, please go over, watch my YouTube channel. I go into depth about rep ranges and the different types of the year. If it's supersets or if I'm off season, on season, whatever it is. And the guy wrote back and goes, you're a prick.
Because what they want is what Colton said earlier, they want instant gratification. So if I just went, okay, do 2. So now he does 2 for 3 weeks and gets nothing. He goes, that Mike O'Hearn sucks. He doesn't know what he's doing. Well, they won't go into, what they'll say is, I asked him how to make my arms bigger. They won't say, hey, I just asked what rep range he was doing today. So what they do is they spin everything around in a cotton candy maker, and then they just start spitting out shit that will make them look better and make somebody else look bad, because that's where we're at. Like I could ask anybody any question on social media. If it's not the answer I want or it doesn't get to me where I want to go, it's you. You're the fault.
You're the problem.
You're the reason I'm not 290. Like that's your, no, yeah, I can ask and do, but and get all the information I can take, but I have to apply it. And I have to apply it at a level that is going to be a little bit uncomfortable at times. So it's the same thing with us. Yeah, sure, I can teach you how to wrestle. That doesn't mean you're going to be good. It just means you're going to know how to wrestle. Like I tell guys this all the time. I can literally walk out this door over here, stand out in the street and flag somebody down and teach them how to wrestle. Like, but what does that do? What does that resonate in the long run? Like, do you want to be a team? No, they just want to learn how to wrestle, but they don't understand the whole concept of what we do. Like, and I'm afraid that's where we're at today. Everybody just wants to dive and flip because that's the thing. Okay, well, that's cool, but do you want to have longevity? Do you want to be a Hall of Famer? Do you want to be a superstar? Do you want to make money? Do you want to love what you do? And that's what's missing today is the passion for what we do.
I think the similarities between how you guys both coach and how you get is the why. So Mike, you can give me a workout plan. Say I first started working out. I'm just like, hey, can you just give me a workout? You say, okay, do 5 sets of 5. You can, go in there and lock up and do some rolls. And I'll do it, but I don't understand why. And both you guys want to get to that point of your students understanding why you're doing something. Why am I doing that 5 sets of 5? Okay, I get it. What's the rep range? I don't have to do 5 every time, but I've learned enough in Power-Body. Okay, I'm getting it right there. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, I get it. Hey, he made me do 600 rolls. Why was I doing that? Oh, I was just in the ring with someone that wasn't good, and he almost flipped me, and I had to roll out of it. That's why. Okay, and that's why he taught me this move, and that's why he said that there. And I think that's the process that both you guys teach at. And it's not, I'm just going to give you something, walk away. I want you to come do this, watch me do it, watch my YouTube videos, watch all my old stuff. Just watch it and you realize, why is he doing it like that? Okay, now I get it. It's not, here's 5 sets, see you later. Why did you do that?
We got into a debate earlier, and you gave me a great point of view on something. You gave me a great point of view.
That's one point.
Yes, that's one.
One point. I was talking about, I don't want to answer these people with a short 1 sentence. The guy that asked me about curls. Yeah, go do 2 reps. Go do 10 reps. Because of the fact that if I give them an answer, I'm going to, and I do it, they all tell me this. I'm telling them that they can look like me because of the answer I gave them. And I see so many of these YouTubers that are giving great nutrition tips, great lifting tips, great ideas for exercises, great home workouts. But what they're not telling you at the end of that, and which I try to do, is when I told everybody when this lockdown happened, I said, let's make sure nutrition is okay, and let's be in a surplus and build muscle right now. Let's not try to be these crazy people going, I need to be ripped now that I'm in lockdown. No, we're gonna hibernate, we're gonna build muscle, we're gonna let our bodies heal. This is a perfect time to go off season. And so I'm trying to explain to them something that they can be better next year, delayed gratification, instead of trying to be rock solid right now, where everybody else is going, I'm gonna give you a home workout, we're gonna get sliced and diced in the home. Well, you're butting your head against the wall because you just did 2 things. You're not having the greatest workouts because you're not stimulating the bone growth or the nervous system or anything else for that dense muscle that will stay there like how Mona is, or like how you are. Just you walk around at 49 and you're still jacked, and that's because of the years and years and years of lifting. So I'm trying to teach them this. And the one thing that I don't think that they get is that they're beating their heads against the wall. And I'm not going to be that person selling that gimmick.
So I think the problem with my generation, younger, or is the attention span of everyone has gone way, way down. So in order to understand what you just said, where we're healing the body, watch what I'm doing, I'm strengthening, calories are up, that involves going back and researching, hey, let me watch this 15-minute YouTube video, whereas I can hop on Instagram, I'm already on it anyways, all day. This guy has a 40-second video and he has the whole workout right under his video. And he looks good. It's like, well, if I do this video, you just did 5 sets of 10 curls. That's all I got to do, and I'm looking like this guy. Yeah. As opposed to actually going back and studying the tape, I guess you could say.
And the biggest thing, and I think the biggest thing is, and I already knew this, but because I understand what I do. when I really wanted to understand the weightlifting part, I think the two didn't resonate until I actually heard you say it, and I went, that's true. It's just you have to have patience. It's the same thing with my food. When you do my diet and I call you and I go, hey, I gotta change, he goes, no, like, hold on, let's let it work. But even today, we want it, like, we want that now thing. We want that now feeling, and we want, hey, I was in wrestling. I was in WWE for 5 years before I even understood what they were talking about an emotional connection, or about psychology, or about how do we put this stuff together. That's 5 years in the business. Like, that's 5 years. That's not 5 minutes.
That's on TV in there,
Yes.
not dark matches. It's
Exactly.
actually being
Yes.
in the mix of it.
Yes, because that's how you get fit. That's where we get feedback.
Should you have had that in the first 3 months?
Yeah, no.
When you're in camp?
You can't.
Even
Like,
in your dark
you-
matches?
Yeah, no, you can't. But it's consistency, and it's you just have to have some patience. This is the two biggest things that you have to have patience for, because I can tell you all kinds of stuff until you do it, feel it, and know what we're talking about.
Is that the aha moment?
It is. It's what we say in wrestling is when the light clicks. Like
Somebody told you 2 years before that, nothing, and then that one day you just go, oh.
Or the biggest thing in coaching is I coach them, my kids, a bunch. I am like in their ear. That's why I have to get them away from me, because I can sit here and tell them, and it never clicks. And then you come in, and say it the exact same way, just in the way you coach or the way you teach, and they go, how come my dad never told me that? Then you go, but that's with all my kids. All my kids that I teach, they're going to hear the same thing. It's just they hear it with a different tone than you. Maybe it's my approach, or maybe it's my energy, or something shuts them down a little bit. But when you come in and just kind of just explain it a little bit different, it's all the same. Like, and I'm not saying what we do is all the same shit, but I ain't creating the wheel when we're wrestling.
Right.
But I will show you personality. I will show you the in-between stuff that you're okay, we can do a flip, but how do I get to that flip? How do I make the people interested in that flip? It's the same thing. Yeah, we can build muscle and you can do what you want to do, but are you really at the point like you? If I lift weights, I'll look like you. Well, no, that's not even like, but people don't understand that. They don't, like, how many times have you heard this actually? That somebody comes to a gym and wants to work out and they go, I want to work out, but I don't want to get big. Well, first of all, first of all, I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to put in the effort. You're just in here because your boyfriend told you to come in and start tightening up a little bit. But there's a huge commitment to this, to what we do, to what you do. There's a huge commitment, and most people are not willing to put in that work.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. And we can cut this out if you want to. Okay. I'm going to ask you a very personal question.
Yeah.
Do you coach now because you freaking love it and you love the craft that you've created, or you do it for finance?
I do it because the passion that I still have for this business, being 56 years old and doing everything that I've done in this business, I love it. Okay. I absolutely love it.
I knew that was the answer, and that's why I knew it was going to cut. Because I do this because I want to share, and I said this to Ed Milet when I talked to him. He goes, why do I do this? Why do I still do this? And why do I teach it? And I said, because I want everybody else to be able to live what I've lived. And I don't do this for finance because I make my money somewhere else.
Yeah.
I do this because you can use weightlifting and nutrition for the one thing everybody wants: longevity. Yeah. They want to be young forever.
Sure.
So I'm going to show you how to be strong and athletic for a longer period of time. So that's why I do it. So we both do it for that reason.
Yeah, because it's like, that's, like I said, because I've done this so long, when people do things that long, the newness kind of wears off. Plus I'm with a new company now, AEW, which completely revitalized me. But I want him to feel what I felt. I want him to be in front of 86,000 people and have every one of them come out of their seat because they heard me. They heard my music. I want you to live the life I've lived where you can travel around the world, you get paid, you have an awesome life, you can take care of your family, you can do this. But I'm doing something that they shouldn't pay me for what I do because I love it that much. And it's so enjoyable. And so that's why I love wrestling so much, because if you don't shut your mind off, I think we talked about this earlier too. It's the same thing with where I am now. When I used to lift it, just go in and lift a bunch of heavy stuff. And then all of a sudden I went, God, there's so much more to this. So how do I learn that? Like, yes, sure, I'll go to certain things, and then I came and connected with you, and me and you connected because I love the way that you do things. I love the way you explain things. Like Colton said, it's the why. Like, I want to know why I need to do this. Like, why do I need to do incline when it's 135 and I can bench 405 flat? Like, and when I went, yeah, because I'm not very strong. Yeah, well, if I'm not very strong, why do I want to do it? I don't want to walk in the gym and waste my time and do that. But now my incline is more, like when I'm healthy, my incline is more than my flat. Like it's come that far. But that it didn't, like, I didn't go, oh, it's weak, tomorrow will be stronger. It was consistency and time to get me to where I was at. And I think that's the cool thing. And that is the best way you can put it, is I'll explain it to you, and then I'm going to tell you why we're going to do it this way. But it's our way. Like, this is our way. This is what happens, and this is what happened for me. Because I can't speak for anybody else, because I'm not anybody else. I'm just me, and I've had a pretty good career, so I'm pretty sure what I've been doing has worked pretty good.
Yes, so Hall of Famer.
So it's just, you put it out there, and if you're willing, like, I know he's super into your training, so he's like, when you have people like that, these are the people that are fun to coach. Because everything you tell them, they just go,
oh,
and they go, please give me more, and you go, whoa, let's get there first. let's
You got a couple good points there. The one is him to be able to feel what you felt. And I'm going to come back to you in a second here, because I want you to tell us, as a youngster, how could we, because we're so passionate about what we do, how can we relay that to you guys maybe in a better way? Or are you okay with this? Because the one thing he did say there is, when you do get somebody that listens and sucks it up, that's fun. So I'll get the clients that listen to it and go, I know this is going to take time. I'll be patient with it. Some people are really bad on their diets. I'm not going to say names.
Where'd my cookie wrappers go? Where'd my cookie wrappers go? I'll make sure we can't see that.
We're putting on 10 pounds in 1 week. Check out the YouTube video, 10 pounds in 1 week. I know the patience is tough, because we all want to get better. We want to get better quick. Is there something that you see that we could do better for these kids that are so like, give it to us now, give it to us now?
So when I first started working out with you, it was very tough because I had to check my ego, right? Like, you came in, we did the squats, and I sat down in a 12-inch box and couldn't get 135 out of there. I was like, no, I can do 315. Like, let me raise the box. No, that's where we squat. Like, okay, so I'm sitting back and I gotta watch how everyone's doing it and try to get in there.
Tell me how many months you were there.
I mean, been 15 months with you now? So, I mean, before I got to 225, it was like 4 months, maybe, something like crazy like that. When, you're in LA Fitness and you're like, 315, let's go.
You're the big man.
Yeah. And then, my incline, check that too, because, hey, your form is way off. We're not going past 185. Dude, I just did 245 for one the other day, man. Let me go. No, you do not go past 185. So that was tough, but I mean, you've got to realize that it's better for you in the long run. If I would have kept doing what I was doing, I'm never going to get past 245 like I was doing, or I'll never get past the 315 sitting on the bench. But now I think I can go way past that. You take, a year off to rebuild it, and now you're just going to take off. So that was awesome with that.
But it was a big check at the beginning.
Huge. Like, why? I don't want to seem weak.
Because you came over as you were doing personal training over at the location, were you not?
No, I was just working out.
You were working out there, okay. But then you came over, and just to kind of clarify, his squats and his form wasn't the greatest, and so we changed it. And then we also, even more so, because I had a goal for him, even though at that time, what you're going to do was not in the books anymore, was not in the cards. Is that correct? Or at least verbally, it wasn't to us.
No,
I'm not going to do this. And I know on this last trip, I was like, do not come back. Go. I don't want you coming back. You know what I mean? I want you to go freaking live the dream. And I felt like my dad said to me, when I moved from Washington State to California, he came in and my car was packed up, and me and 3 other buddies were supposed to move to California. And all 3 buddies that day called and said, not going, not going, not going. And my dad comes into my bedroom and goes, car's packed? Yep. Get out of here before your mom gets home. Go. And I'm like, well, nobody's going with me. He goes, nobody will. This is you. Get out of here. Get going. And congratulations. And that's the same kind of thing. But it was like, I knew that you needed to change from how everybody lifts to more athletic lifting and something that's beyond, because you're going to be a big, tall guy in the ring coming after somebody like this. And then I'm sitting there trying to think about how you and me coach, and he was telling me little scenarios about how we go back to the basics. And I know that you guys at home are like, no, I want to get more to it. I want the tricks. I want these little gimmicks that you can do. And I think you're the same as me. When I talk to you guys, I'm talking to my young 15, 16, 17-year-old self going, gosh, if you could just slow down right here, do this more, do this more, do this more, you're going to be better than I ever was. And I try to teach you guys that. And from the years that I've been doing this, that's how I try to teach. And I try to make you do it, so you're not just hearing it, but you're actually applying it. And then you come back to me and confirm, okay, I did it, now I understand why. What about you when you coach? What do you see?
So when I coach and I have my class and my kids that I'm gonna have for a while, the first thing is building. Coaching for me is building relations, because I'm gonna teach you and tell you a bunch of things that you're gonna have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna get you there. But you have to trust me. There has to be some kind of bond. There has to be something. So when I tell you to do something, because when I taught at the Performance Center, I kind of had the upper echelon guys that were set with all their stuff. They just didn't know how to place it or how to do in between stuff. So for me to tell you to go do your stuff, but do it this way, there has to be some level of trust. It's not, no, I'm not your best friend and we're not boys, because I'm still coach, but for them to listen and for them to take in all the information that I'm feeding them, they've got to want to listen and pay attention. I will not pay attention to somebody that I don't care about. I will not pay attention to somebody that I feel is just talking at me and not talking to me. For me, it's like I've always been like that. So like what we talk about, like I've always been like that. So I'm gonna do that for somebody else. Like if I was me teaching me at 18, 20 years old, I would do that. Hey, let's build a relationship and have some fun and just kind of get in a groove a little bit. And then you'll know, yeah, I'm one of the boys, I'm still your coach, and let's have some fun and build a relationship, instead of me going, hey, go over there and lock up and then go over there and go do this. That's very turn-offish. You're like, okay. And then I'm gonna do it, and then it comes right back to the why. I'm just gonna do it because you told me to do it. And now I'm not getting any feedback of why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it because you said to do it. Right? So it's all about relationships and the connection that you have with people. And I know nowadays it's harder because everything's over social media and so on and so on. But I'm talking more as my group, my AEW kids and all them. It's when they go out there and work and they come back and I go, hey, what about this or what about this? It's not, oh my God, that was awful. That was horrendous. Don't ever do that again. And then they just go, whoa. I thought that was good, and you just shattered my heart. So now when they come back, and even though you're playing catch up and go, I mean, that was good and all, but the first initial thing was you just crushed them, they're done. They're done. So anytime you try to coach them after this, they're gonna go like this and listen, but they're shuts. They're like this if they had like pluckers in their ears, so they're not gonna listen to shit.
If I mean, I already know this answer. Do you coach them harder than you coach others? Are you harder on your kids?
So I don't think so, but I think I'm a little bit more of a perfectionist with them. No, I think I need them to be a little bit more perfection. Like I'll accept all.
Why don't we have him answer this? Is he harder?
Yes.
Because I know that I am. With like the Titan crew, I'm harder on them. I don't give them leadway. Because if they went this far to get in the Titan crew, I know that they're really, they want to get this. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to give them everything I got. And I'm going to say, and this is what I demand from you guys, and I'm harder on those guys. Relative to somebody just kind of comes in for the one-day workout. All right, let's go through it. This is the principles. Here's why you do it and stuff. But when I'm working with them, and I'm just curious because...
I think if you want to be the best, you want a coach that's going to be hard on you. If I come back and every time you're like, hey, that was a great lift. You did that perfectly. Hey, that match, couldn't have done anything different. I'm not going to get better. You're not making me any better. So you need a coach that's going to be hard on you, demand perfection, or you're not.
So for this also, I think it works into this scenario is there's two different personalities. There's this personality and then there's the other one. Like this one is more planned, where the other one doesn't know what he's doing in 4 minutes. So you also have to figure out how to deal with that. Because there's some, like Austin, I can just absolutely annihilate him. He doesn't need that, but he does need to be pushed a little bit. And I feel once we're in this, I'm gonna be able to talk to him, but I won't talk to him like Austin. It doesn't mean that that I care differently for them or I want them to succeed.
Individuals.
They are,
yeah,
and they are. So and I'm making it like it's a big difference, but it isn't a big difference.
No, it's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. And there's some people that you still have to coach that are very sensitive.
Yes.
I believe they're snowflakes.
So let's take this. Go back to you. With the kids today that maybe aren't in the Titan crew because they haven't leveled up. They haven't said, okay, this really does mean something to me. I actually do want to make those leaps and bounds, those jumps. What is it and how can you coach those people and give them what they need?
I think you can tell somebody something, and if they don't have it in their heart and their mind that they want to do it and they have the passion for it, you could tell them 700 times. You could give them a day-to-day itinerary of what to do, and they will not stick to it because they do not have the passion to do it. You have to have it in yourself and your heart to want to be better, to want to be in the Titan crew. You have to, or you'll never make it.
Yeah, I think that's as simple and easy. You have to have the passion and the drive.
See, I was hoping, and I know this was probably a dead end for me. I was hoping there would be something that I could say to these guys out there, but I don't think there is. I think it's up to the individual. It's not this whole mentality of this victim mentality today or the snowflake mentality today. I have to go, listen, that's how a lot of these people are. And that's 90% of them, and only 10% are going to come over in the Titan crew.
But everyone that you guys surround yourself with and that you associate with has that mindset. So you're used to like, wait, you're not going to do this? What do you mean? You're not going to push yourself to do?
So and that ruins you because you are so frustrated. Right? I know that frustrates me. Like that, I would lose my shit. So now I'm completely turned off, and I don't want to teach nothing. I just want to leave. So I get that mad when somebody doesn't, and I think that's what it is. It's the passion. If you don't, if you don't like it, that's all
They
it
don't
is.
make it fun.
Yeah.
Those guys don't make
Yeah.
this fun.
Yeah, because I'm gonna come in here every time. I'm
100%.
not gonna bench 405 like you, but
you're gonna come in for the
put
fight.
and I am gonna put the attitude on you that we can do it. He does it all the time now, which I think is absolutely hilarious. But that's what makes us better.
I
That's
have to
what
hold
drives
him back.
that drives us to do that. Like if you don't have that or have that will, because what happens is okay, you're way too hard. You are way too hard on me. But this guy that has a internet certification,
Right.
who, yeah, he doesn't look like you, but he's telling me kind of the same thing you are. I don't have to work that hard. And he says that I can do less than what you're saying and look just like you.
And every Saturday.
Go that way.
Hey, and that's where they're going to go, because that you're not telling him what he needs to. You're telling him what he needs to do is way harder than what he's willing to do. But this guy is telling him what he wants to hear. So I'm going to jump ship because I can look like you. You just want me to do it the hard way. You don't really want me to be you because nobody's like you. Well, no, that's opposite. I want everybody that I teach to be me. I want you to be me. I want you to do everything I've done. I literally want you to experience everything I've done because it is cool. I've been in front of 50 people. I've been in front of 86,000 people. And I want you to feel that. I'm not teaching you because I want you to be wrestle next door for the neighbors.
Right.
I want you to be a star. I want you to feel that. And I want you to live everything I've lived.
You just articulated that whole frustration with me.
Yeah.
Because it's, you can go over to this guy, he's selling you a bill of goods. You ain't ever gonna get there. And he's selling you this whole thing. Oh no, it's real simple. You can have the pizza and train twice a day. Twice a week.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, no. This is gonna be great. You're gonna do this, you're gonna be better than I am, and you're gonna enjoy it. And I guess it's just me trying to go, I gotta accept that I stay with that small 10% that are willing to do it and pumps me up, because we come in every day for the fight and just ignore the 90% of the people that just goes, I just want the handout. The takers.
Yeah, and that's just what it comes. There's always going to be somebody out there that says I can do the same thing, but you're going to tell me what I want to hear. You aren't telling me nothing I want to hear. You mean I have to eat like pretty healthy? I have to work out and change my workout so I don't flatten out, or I have to do something that I'm not very good at, but you want me to do it, and that hurts, but you want me to do it. No, it'll make you better. Trust me. But this guy says I can just lay down and do a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups. I can do 100 every other day. I'm in. Like, that's no effort at all.
So
yes.
I might want to go over training.
Yeah. Hey, that $9.99 is the best $9.99 I've ever spent.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess this comes down to the passion that we believe and lived. And here's the biggest thing that you may miss. You don't become a Hall of Famer in wrestling or in bodybuilding or martial arts because it was a 2-year career. We've been doing it a while.
Yeah.
And I guess we both want for you guys to be able to live the lives we live, and that's why we coach.
Well, how excited are you guys both when you see someone that you've coached accomplish something? Like if they come to you, I have this goal, and when they accomplish that, how happy are you? Or when they finally get a good match,
when my kids that I teach get on TV, I literally want to sit in front of the TV and cry because it makes me
when
that
they get
excited.
over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Just like,
well, I'm just like when they've gone and I know what they've gone through. I know the work they put in. They did everything they were supposed to do and more, and then they finally make it to the main roster. You literally go, holy cat! And it's another level when they do it. But like even kids I coach, there's been like 5 or 6 or 7 that I've coached, probably more that I've coached that I watched debut on TV, and it is literally the happiest. Like I don't think I could get any happier. Like it's that good.
Feeling.
Yes,
that's a cool feeling.
Yes,
and
very much.
In the Titan crew, when we got this last year, when we did this Titan Challenge, and we got these people in incredible shape. And we just talked to another guy the other day who dropped 90 pounds in the last 5 months, and it's like that's the coolest thing in the world to see these guys doing.
Yes.
Relative to the kids.
That goes right back to y'all's passion about it. Yeah. We're so passionate about it when we see other.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just, you love it.
Well, thanks for hanging out. And we are going to put 10 pounds on you this 1 week.
God, I hope so. I am so tired of sitting at
He's hanging out with
250. I
Brad.
can't stand it.
250. Look at the little cutie.
Yeah, Mike's put 40 pounds on me in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
All you gotta do is follow him around.
Yeah, follow him around.
Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Subscribe. Follow these guys. Road to the ring for Junior over here.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And for all you
New chapter.
snowflakes that just want the quick answer, sorry, we can't do it.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
We're not going to.
In a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way. We can't do it. Unfortunately. Let's go eat.